Welcome to the Horror Hangout podcast, where film fans watch the best and worst horror movies of all time and talk about them. My name is Ben Errington, and today I'm joined by a very special returning guest. Alice Boyd Leslie is one third of Drunken Horror Podcast, one half of Not Another Teen Podcast, writer for Film Hounds, and co-host of Hungover and Haunted. Welcome back to the show, Alice. Hello.
Hello, thank you so much for having me back.
You're very, very welcome. Just the two of us, like last time, and we
I
noticed.
know.
What does that mean? Andy, what are you
Andy doesn't
playing at?
like me.
Oh God. I don't feel like Andy's the kind of person to hold a grudge.
No.
Not that you would have done anything to him, but
Yeah.
still, you never know. It could have been anything. It could have been
Who
a look
knows?
you gave him. It could have been anything.
That
It's just
shot I
happened that
gave
way.
him at Fright Fest,
Oh
like
yeah,
who knows?
there we go. It was the shot that sent him over the edge. You
Oh
know?
yeah.
Oh, he was having a lovely time. He had a great buzz on. He was having a great time. Suddenly, that one shot, Chunder City, and he's never spoken to you since.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably been about. It's crazy to think that it's been about a year because it was I Know What You Did Last Summer, the remake that we discussed, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So
Now,
yeah, it
remind
must
me,
be
how do
about
we
a
feel
year.
about a year? How do we feel about that film? We were quite lukewarm on it, weren't we? If I remember
We
right.
were, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I haven't rewatched it since, and I think if I watch it at home, I reckon
Hmm.
I would probably quite like it as a
Okay.
kind of stupid
Yeah.
slasher.
Yeah.
I think I built it up a little bit too much.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Absolutely. I haven't seen it. I don't have any plans to see it again. Maybe one day. The thing is, I feel like I'd always go back to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer ahead of any of them. I feel like
yeah,
just because of the location, Brandy, just everything about
yeah,
that film kind of
yeah,
just feels feels good. I like it.
yeah. I agree.
Mm. But yeah, what have you been up to? Of course, we discussed in your intro everything that you're involved with. Of course, Not Another Teen Podcast. I saw you just put out an episode on Josie and the Pussycats. That's exciting.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, so that's been fun. That's still tick along nicely.
Mm.
We've got some great episodes lined up. We're kind of starting gonna do, well, we're doing Jackass, which I think is coming out around about the same time as this episode.
Mm.
We've done like
Okay.
the whole Jackass franchise.
Oh
And
man.
then yeah, we've got some horrors coming up because it's been a long time since we've done horrors. So me and Liz are itching
Mm.
to do some horror teen films. So that's fun. And then, yeah, doing some odd bits of writing for Film Hounds. Now, festival season is starting to kick off. You'll see more of me
Mm.
kicking about. And yeah, me and my lovely friend James down here in Brighton been doing our Hungover and Haunted film screenings at a lovely little cool punk pub
Mm.
in Brighton. Yeah, so that's been excellent fun once a month, showing people weird and wonderful horrors, which
So
has been
you had
great.
so American Psycho was just recently, 7th of June, that's right,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the Rocky Horror Picture Show coming up in
Yeah.
July as well. How did the
hmm
American Psycho one go down? How did people enjoy old Christian Bale and his flexing it up?
Yeah. People loved it. And what's great about these screenings is that we always have a good handful of people who hadn't seen the film before.
Yeah, I think that's good, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's just joyous to like talk to people. And it's
Mm.
lots of like we get lots of Gen Zs come in to watch it as well. And so that's fun to kind of be like, do you think it's cool? Because I thought it was cool when I was your age.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, oh, you do? Cool. Okay.
It's had a bit of a resurgence, I feel like American Psycho. Like my nephew, oh, I mean, he's definitely not old enough to see American Psycho, but he's like quoted American Psycho to me more than once. And I'm like, what are you doing? Where have you heard that? And he'll just go, oh, it's on TikTok.
Well, yeah, I think unfortunately, I think lots of quotes of it are kind of used in the manosphere
Oh
as
no.
well. So maybe you
Oh
need to check what your
no.
nephew's watching on TikTok.
Oh Jesus. Oh yeah,
Hopefully it is just clips from American
I
Psycho,
guess
but
you're right because there's a lot of characters who are clearly absolute wrong-uns that the Manosphere has absolutely adopted as heroes in a sense, haven't they?
yeah,
Um,
which is hilarious because they clearly don't understand the the point of the film that it's
understand the
satirical. But
yeah, understand the context of the film. But then
yeah,
again, I did say to him, like a little bit of the history. I said, obviously, did you know that film's directed by a woman? Did you also know that film is maybe, again, not going to spoil American Psycho here, but quite open to interpretation if any of the actual events happen. So we did have that conversation, and so
Okay,
I'm hoping
good.
I don't think he's anywhere near the manosphere. If not, I'd have to urgently organize an intervention.
Yeah, yeah,
He's been
definitely. Fingers
quoted.
crossed.
He's been
Sorry,
quoted
sorry to bring
American.
that down.
He's been quoted American Psycho. He's been. Then again, he quotes Breaking Bad to me as well. So are we all right with old Heisenberg? Drug dealer, I
I
know,
think
but
maybe, yeah.
drug dealer, but not famous misogynist Walter White.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's a good influence to
Are
have.
we are getting an American Psycho remake slash reimagining though, right? We've mentioned it on this a few times. The Luca Guadagnino Nino
Yes, we are. Yeah.
movie, possibly gender swapped as well. Although we've kind of had that already, right?
We have had that. That's the second one, right? Or the
Yeah,
third?
with
I can't
Mila
I don't know. I haven't seen them, but
Mila
yeah,
Kunis
it'd
one, isn't
be
it? I
be
think it's
interesting.
just Facebook mums just share this sort of stuff. Maybe not Facebook mums, so it's not their kind of film. But the American Psycho's been gender swapped. What next?
Oh yeah, yeah. American Psycho's gone woke.
It was clearly not woke to start with, for God's sake. When he dropped that chainsaw down the flight of stairs, to me, that was cinematic perfection. Um,
Yeah.
I'm long overdue a rewatch. We've covered it on the show. I'm gonna just quickly to remember when we covered it on the show. Edward Harvey joined us for that one. I think it was a good episode. I can't remember. It was a while back, a few years ago, that we covered American Psycho. But yeah, great. Have you read the book as well?
I haven't read the book, no.
My God, there are some sections of that book where you have to look over your shoulder to see
Yeah.
to see if
Yeah.
anyone's checking what you're reading because it just literally goes. It's fairly, in terms of narrative, it's fairly similar to the film for direct, but sometimes things that happen in the film which maybe hinted towards a little bit more are really, really described in this book.
So I hear, yeah.
Yeah,
So I hear.
sexual stuff, gore, where you're literally like, oh my God, oh my goodness. But I
Wow.
guess I guess an interesting topic because obviously the film directed by a woman, the book written by a gay man as well. So I guess interesting. Like in
Definitely.
terms of what kind of conversations did you have with the audience?
It can be difficult with our audiences sometimes. We either have to really try and push for them to chat, and sometimes they don't want to, and that's fine.
Mm,
It was mostly just that they loved it, really. I think they were a little bit awkward to chat about it. We did have someone dress up, which was great.
nice.
Yeah, it's always good, and I'm sure we'll probably have a fair few people dressing up for Rocky Horror. At least I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always got to be done. But yeah, sometimes we have really good and interesting and long conversations. It depends what kind of film nerd comes along.
Mm,
Uh, most of the time, they just want to have a pint and sit in the back and watch a film and go home, which is fine. So,
you'll get cornered by the nerdiest of film nerds, I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah, so Rocky Horror Picture, that one's coming up. What date is that? In July?
It is oh, you've put me on the
Sorry.
spot.
Is it 17th? That's what I've got down, but I can't remember if I just wrote that wrong because it's the 7th on the. I'll put you on the
Let
spot.
me look it
It's
up.
sometime in July.
It's the 19th. I remember because
19th.
it's the day after I see My Chemical
Two
Romance. There
days
you
off.
go.
Oh my God, you're going to see My Chemical Romance as well. Hell
Yeah.
yes. Oh my
Everyone's
God.
going. It's going to be a
Everyone's.
lovely little
So you're going on the
Revo reunion.
18th. I think I'm going the week before, I guess. Because I think it's the 11th or the 10th. I'm going.
Maybe I'm
Maybe.
getting all my dates mixed up.
I'm
Maybe
sorry to
no,
confuse you like
it's the
this.
12th. The 12th is the screening because I'm going on the 11th as well. The
Okay, cool.
Saturday.
There we go. I think I'm going
There
the
we
10th.
go.
I'm
We
on the
got
Friday.
there.
I'm on the Friday. So
Amazing.
I will, yeah, we can reconvene after that and discuss how amazing that is no doubt going to be.
Perfect.
Super, super excited. But yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show, we've covered that on the show as well. That was a film that I was never ever really into, and so my wife has always told me that it's a masterpiece and that I should be more appreciative of it. But the
Mm.
musical element was something that always lost me. But I did have a lot of fun with the film. And there's a new stage show now, isn't there? With what's his name, Luke. as Frankenfurter,
Oh, okay.
which looks good. I've never seen it on stage. Have you seen it on stage?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Luke Evans, Dr.
Oh,
Frankenfurter.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
it
it a couple of times.
shows most years down here in Brighton. So yeah, I've seen it a couple of times.
Oh yeah, of course, down in
Yeah.
Brighton. Um, there's probably going to be sing-alongs at your screening and stuff and everything, isn't there?
Yeah, we're going to encourage it all. It's got to be done.
It's going to be encouraged, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, obviously, thank you so much for joining me today to discuss, I guess, a sequel that is appreciated within fans of this particular franchise and and the horror community. Strange that we haven't got around to this. We've mentioned a few times like we're very lackadaisical in terms of um sequels, in terms of major sequels for major
Mhm.
franchises. So good to finally get around to this one because I guess it's considered one of the most iconic ones. At least there's something from this film that every time you see it, if you're a horror fan or not, someone will say Final Destination 2 when you see a
Certainly.
certain something. And it's impossible not to. I
Yeah. It is.
feel it. I can feel it coming out of me. Oh God. Final Destination 2. That don't say that when we're driving along, for God's sake. I watched the crash sequence twice in a row because I realized now obviously it is utterly ridiculous because everyone kind of takes it in turns to die, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Also, does anyone ever hit their brakes at any point? Does anyone hit their brakes or maybe turn into the swerve? I don't know.
No, no, they're just going for it, aren't they?
They're just going for... There's a lot of like, oh my God, there's an obstacle in my way. Drive into it head first. Plus, I know this is Hollywood. I know I'm being very pedantic. The cars explode like that, really?
Um, I mean, there was a lot of oil spill,
Oh
right?
yeah, okay, I've
Through,
got you. I've got you.
yeah, yeah. So I guess yes, if there's all that
Yeah,
oil and petrol thrown everywhere.
because it felt a bit mad. I've never watched like a behind the scenes thing about the making of this particular scene. I don't know if you have, because I feel like it would. It's nuts. It's
Yeah, it
brutal.
is. It is nuts. It is nuts. Yeah, it's a great little sequence though. It's one of the best.
Hmm.
It's hard to kind of judge them all really because every time you watch each one, you're like, no, that was the best one.
Hmm.
I made the fatal mistake of when the new movie came out, Bloodlines. I was like, right, well, I'll catch up and I'll watch them all. And I think I watched them all like pretty much one by one in a
I'm pretty
week.
sure I did the same. Yeah.
And I'd never felt so anxious,
Yeah.
like ever, like leaving the house. I was like, I feel so on edge.
It's
Like, this
so
is
stressful.
horrible.
We've often compared it to the opening scene of Casualty here in the UK, where the opening scene of Casualty was always some. As soon as it opened and it was a character you didn't recognize, it's not one of the
Yeah.
doctors, not one of the nurses, none of them. Oh God, what's going to happen? There's always a sequence where something terrible happens before the credits kick in, and
Yeah.
those credits used to haunt me like in my dreams. And I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. I do remember. I don't know if I, yeah, I do remember Casualty because there was Holby City as well, wasn't there?
That was a spin-off, a far, not a far inferior spin-off, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. I don't really have very strong memories of like Casualty, but I do remember and I think the theme tune is playing in my head right now. So yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for
the theme tune.
that.
Oh my God, yeah. But it honestly used to stick with me. There was like a uh these garage MCs, Oxide and Neutrino, who did showing my age now, who did a remix of the Casualty theme tune. I remember having it on CD single, and I remember listening to it and going, "Why am I enjoying this? I hate this song. I hate this Casualty
Yeah,
theme." It's such a 90s
incredible.
thing, isn't it? It's such a 90s thing to like go, we remix a TV show theme.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but I guess the point I'm trying to make there is that yes, it's stressful. Everything's so stressful about these films. Do you have a favorite in the franchise, or is it this one?
It's this one, yeah. I
Mm.
mean, it's difficult. I think this is the best one, I would say. So maybe it's not my favorite, but I think this is the best one. And this was the first one that I watched as well. So I didn't start with for whatever
Okay.
reason, I
Yeah.
just went into HMV and was like, I'm gonna buy Final Destination
Final
2
Destination
on
2.
DVD, and I haven't seen any of the first one.
It catches you up there, doesn't it? In the first few minutes of this film.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Previously on
So
Final Destination, there
yeah.
was a bloody plane that exploded. Some people survived, but then they died horrifically. Did you saw Bloodlines then? No.
Yes.
No, wait, that's not the point I'm trying to make. Sorry. Which
Okay.
one is it that links to the first one? Five?
5.
Yeah, that's right. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
That was
That
pretty
was
cool.
cool. And I like, yeah, it was probably one of the better kind of movie twists.
Mm,
I know, like, in
yeah.
our kind of like little horror world, I think lots of people probably it's one of those interesting ones where it's so obvious when you rewatch it because obviously they're
Mm,
all like all of their technology is really outdated, compared to when the movie came out.
yeah.
But yeah, the whole time watching it, no idea. And then I was just, oh
No.
my God, they're on the plane. What?
It was pretty good because I feel like this film tries its hardest to connect to the first film, connect these characters to the first film
Yeah.
without really doing anything more than going, this character has just remembered that this happened to him. And there's
Yeah.
just one scene in a car where they all just like exposition dump. Oh, yeah, we've all actually had a nearly fatal, near death
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, Bloodlines. So you liked Bloodlines.
Bloodlines was cool. I think Bloodlines
Mm.
had my favorite opening
Yeah.
out of all of them. I think the one that because that is like I have such a fear of heights.
Mm. Yeah, me
So
too.
watching that at the cinema, I was like, this is literally my hell.
Yeah.
Like in front of me happening. So yeah, all of them are pretty horrible, but I think that one like really like went into my
Yeah.
fear. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I'm with you there on the heights because I feel if you feel so helpless, I feel like when you're up there, you're like, oh my God.
yeah,
If this happened, that's it. If there's a
yeah,
car crash, you're like, oh, I don't know. You're kind of slightly in control of maybe trying to survive, potentially, depending on the car crash. But
yeah.
yeah, the heights thing is pretty horrible. Well, I guess the roller coaster one and the third one was pretty gnarly as well.
Pretty horrible as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also involves heights. So yeah, it is a
Yeah,
pretty
also
gross.
involves heights. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God. I wonder if they still got their ride photos at the end after they all died horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I'm pretty much similar to you, I guess. I think the first one is my favorite. I feel
yeah.
like this one has without a doubt the best opening sequence. I feel like obviously we'll get into it. I feel like it gets bogged down with like the rules of the world a little bit too much. Um, just because like people are making assumptions and kind of like coming to realizations based on barely nothing, aren't they? And they're going, oh my God, it's working backwards." And it has got, without a doubt, one of the lamest, and I will get into this, one of the lamest premonition moments, or not, what's the, no, not a premonition, like flashback moments that a certain character has at the worst possible time, the least helpful time. Literally,
Okay.
just like, you couldn't have had that flashback for 5 minutes sooner, for God's sake. And
Oh, we'll
also,
get
I
into
I
it.
definitely feel like Clear Rivers gets done dirty in this film.
She does, but it's because she's got a stupid name. So,
Because it does just sound like everyone's mispronouncing Claire.
which I thought for the longest time until I watched it with subtitles, and then I was like, "Oh,
Hang on a
okay,
minute.
her name is Clea."
Oh my God. Crazy. Ali Larter, she's not in enough anymore, is she? I know she was very
Yeah,
popular around this time. She was in this, she was in the Resident Evil films.
yeah.
But yeah, where's Ali Larter?
What's she
Come on,
doing these days?
get back on our screens for God's sake. Right, so before we get into Final Destination 2, let's chalk off a few bits of horror news just to discuss for this week. So, I've got a couple of things. Number one, this was something that jumped out to me. Evil Dead Wrath. Obviously, we've got the this film in it's being made currently. It's being set for theatrical release April the 7th, 2028. It's a prequel. This week it was announced as a prequel set in 1972, predates Sam Raimi's original classic. I feel like that's a pretty big piece of news.
Yeah,
How do
I
you feel
hadn't even heard that.
about
That's
that?
news for me. I haven't been like keeping up to date in the past kind of couple of weeks. So,
Mm,
um, cool. So a prequel.
mm.
Interesting. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hmm.
Interesting though, because I think, I think if we weren't getting Evil Dead Burn like this year, it might be a
Yeah.
bit like, oh, we just want another one set in modern day for whatever reason. But I feel
Yeah.
like the fact that it always felt a bit weird that we were getting Evil Dead Burn and then bang, Evil Dead Wrath again immediately afterwards. So
Yeah.
this for me kind of separates it a little bit. Um,
Yeah, that's true. As long as they don't, I don't know, I just don't like things to be explained too much. I like the idea
no, I know
that
what you mean.
things, and we have kind of got a bit of explanations like here and there, but I don't know. When you start going
Yeah.
into prequel territories, it's like, oh, well, the Deadites were abused as children, so that's why they're like that. And you're like,
The
oh, God's
victims in all
sake.
this.
Yeah.
You bastards, you've been murdering them, for God's sake. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. I do. I like things to just be like, oh, that, you've got the Necronomicon, someone's read from it, Deadites are about. That's kind of all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you
Sometimes
need.
things are just evil. There doesn't need to
Yeah.
be a reason why.
We get Army of Darkness, which I guess is essentially a prequel. That doesn't overly explain it. Again, just
Yeah.
evil, but a long, long time ago, in the
Yeah.
Middle Ages. Um, but yeah, looking forward to this. I feel like, I mean, what do you think about Evil Dead Burn? Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm always looking forward to any of the Evil Dead films, really.
Mm.
Uh, it should be good as long as it's really gory. I just hope that the trailer hasn't shown all of the bits because the last trailer that I watched
Yeah.
anyway, I feel like I've watched the film now, and I
Mm.
was really gutted that I watched it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think
So,
they've released a few trailers that I have managed to avoid. Um, but yeah, hopefully we're gonna get some crazy stuff. The things I'm most interested in, a deadite dog. It looks like some
hmm.
sort of deadite dog. And again, another bit where deadites on the roof of a house, crawling, jumping around.
Yeah,
Could be pretty cool.
could be fun.
Could be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it anyway. We're gonna be covering that this next month. Yeah, it's next month.
It's next month, isn't
It
it?
is
Whew,
next month. It's
it's
coming
going quick.
flying around. There we go. Another piece of news we've got is that on top of Curry Barker making the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, apparently he's also writing and directing an original horror movie for Universal and Blumhouse. We don't really know what this is about yet. I think his next film is a horror comedy called Anything But Ghosts, which is coming out. So, I mean, he's hot property right now
He
on
is.
after Obsession. Were you a fan of Obsession?
I loved Obsession. I can't wait to watch it again
Mm.
because I watched it. My local Odeon needs to update its screens, so if anything's quite dark,
Oh God,
it's
yeah.
almost impossible to see. So yeah, I think I want to watch it again on my lovely
Mm.
4K
Oh, lovely,
TV
yeah.
so I can actually see things. But yeah, I loved it, and the discussions that I've had post it as well has been really great and
Mm.
really opened my eyes to themes and bits and pieces I didn't even think of, or maybe I just didn't even see because of the bloody screening. So so yeah.
Well, there were some very
Um,
dark bits in Obsession, weren't there? I guess like even if
yeah.
you're in a good cinema, there were a few bits where I guess it's designed to make you go, "What's going on over there?"
Yeah.
So I can only imagine in a dark screen that's even worse. Is it like when you watch a horror movie, but like in the middle of the day, and all you can see is your own reflection, sat
It
back,
felt
looking,
a little bit like that, yeah.
"This is you. This is what you look like watching a movie in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Drink that in." Yeah, but look, you know what? Looking forward to whatever Curry Barker does. I know there was maybe some conversation about Anything But Ghosts. It existing in the same universe as Obsession, and I've also
Okay.
heard some rumors. I mean, probably very loose rumors about Obsession spawning some sort of anthology-based something. Don't know whether that be a movie or like a series of some other things based on the
Interesting.
Juan Huizuelo.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's interesting. And I also read
cool.
something about the scenes that got cut. I don't know if you read anything about this.
No.
I need to find out exactly what it was, but apparently there were a couple of scenes that were considered too far, allegedly,
Wow.
in Obsession. So I think two scenes got cut. One, a very violent scene, and one maybe potentially SA focused. So
Okay.
again, interesting that they could cut it because a lot of that made it to the final cut.
Yeah,
But maybe it
yeah.
didn't. But maybe it didn't serve the story.
Potentially, yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm gonna read that up.
off the back of Obsession, do you have a definitive few favorites from 2026 so far? I know because we are pretty much at
Oh,
the halfway point, aren't we?
yeah. Do you know what? And I do have a letterbox like list that I've been very
Mm.
good with. I normally rubbish with keeping it up to date. Bone Temple hasn't been missed, hasn't been knocked off yet.
Oh, I
I think
see.
your start of the year, Bone Temple is still my favorite
Yeah.
film, like horror film of 2026.
Wow. And that came out right at the top of 2026 as well,
Right at the
didn't it?
start. Let me get my list up.
I'm not sure.
Um,
Yeah, it's been I put out a post on social just now based on all the films we've covered. So like it's been a pretty intense last month or 2 months because pretty much back to back we've had things like Backrooms, Obsession,
mhm.
Hokum, Exit 8, Undertone, and then earlier in the year we've had things like The Bride, Ready or Not 2, um,
Yeah, we've
Primate,
had
which
a
I thought
few.
was pretty good.
Primates is a good little animal movie, animal nature
He's a
movie.
good little animal, old
He's a
Ben.
good little animal,
He's
isn't
all
he?
right. He's
He's
ripping people's
okay.
faces off. Ah, he's misunderstood. He's the victim all along.
Misunderstood
He
little
is. He is.
guy.
He really is.
But no, Obsession is up there, and Back Rooms, and I really loved Undertone as well. Like I think
Mm.
I haven't rewatched it since I saw it at the cinema, and I think I went to a particularly good screening of it. I went to the kind of the Odeon,
Mm.
like Scream Unseen thing. So it was
Oh, yes.
purely horror fans. They were
That's good.
like, there were a group of lads like in a line in front of me. And when they first arrived, I was like, oh, for God's sake, this is gonna be really annoying. But they were all shitting themselves, which was
Okay.
great.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Shit yourselves, will ya?
yeah. So yeah, I haven't rewatched it since, but that was yeah, that's been up there with some of my favorite cinema experiences of this year.
Yeah. And I guess like as a
Yeah.
podcaster, watching a horror movie based on a podcast is interesting.
Yeah.
I was a little bit, I don't know if you feel the same. We were definitely commenting on one of them's recording at 3 a.m. The time difference.
Yeah.
And also, like recording a podcast, you just got to get it done, haven't you? Oh, should we do some more tomorrow? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Are you ever getting these episodes out? Are you committing to a schedule with this
I
kind of
know.
thing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the 2 a.m. one is yeah, is interesting. I have done an 11 p.m. recording before because of a co-host being in
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
And that was like, oh, okay. 11 o'clock on a weekday, you say? Okay, let's try that.
Just turn up with a little sleeping cap on and just a little
Yeah.
candle. Very late over here, you know. Um, and we are getting a third 28 years later, right? I think that's,
We are.
yeah.
Yes. I
What?
think Danny Boyle was a bit like, I don't care anymore about what I said about how well Bone Temple was going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway. So
Yeah. Come on. I mean, he's got to, hasn't he? Considering
he's
we get
got to.
Jim turning up at the end. And yeah, do we
Yeah.
think, oh, Jimmy Crystal is potentially, is he gone? Or is he,
I would think so from how
yeah.
it ended.
Bloody shame, though, isn't it? Not that he
Yeah, I
was he
know.
was anything but an absolute scumbag, but still.
Yeah,
I
but
always say this. I
great.
say this about films all the time. I say, when you got a good villain, don't kill him, don't or her, don't kill him or her. Oh God. Even if you want them to get their
Yeah.
comeuppance, it's almost like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that could be
Yeah.
prequel
Maybe,
territory.
maybe he'll come back. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, looking forward to whatever they do. And a couple more film announcements that I'm just going to mention. Number one is Freddy the 13th. Dan Trachtenberg is directing an animated horror comedy slasher for Paramount. He last did obviously Prey, Predator, Badlands, and he did Killer of Killers, which was animated as well. Horror comedy Freddy the 13th. The synopsis is Uncle Buck becomes the boogeyman when a horror obsessed, unlucky schlub accidentally kills the legendary slasher 1990 and inherits the mantle of the monster. That's the story to the Santa Claus,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's true.
Oh, Freddy, I've accidentally killed Santa. Now I am Santa. It's that,
Yeah.
but for slashers. Sounds pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm
It
sure it'll
sounds
be
fun,
fun.
yeah. Freddy the 13th. I feel like animated stuff. I know there's new Scooby Doo. I think there's a new live action Scooby Doo as well, actually, isn't there?
There is. People are very annoyed that the that Scooby is a different breed of dog,
Yeah, is that
something like
right?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the puppy, and then people were going, actually, I think you'll find that when this dog grows up, it will actually look more like Scooby-Doo, etc.
Yeah.
Come
Something like
on.
that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't care that much.
Yeah. Friday the 13th was pretty cool though. And I've liked everything Dan Trachtenberg's kind of done before that.
Yeah.
And also another movie called Don't Move, James Murray's spider horror movie. It's releasing in September. Um, and it adapts a 2020 novel of the same name. In terms of So a church group's annual retreat turns deadly when they wander into the wrong part of the Ozark wilderness and something starts picking them off one by one. Big old bloody spider. I get we're getting a spider movie resurgence, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm into it though. Like
Yeah.
spiders don't really scare me, but you can make really scary movies with spiders because you can really fuck around with the sound
Yeah.
design and all of that stuff. So yeah, I think
All the
yeah, I'm
creepy
looking
crawly
forward to
stuff,
seeing it.
yeah. Yeah, because after like Infested and then Sting as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, looks looks interesting. I look forward to it. I don't know much about that director in particular, but let's see. Let's see what they got for us. Looking forward to that. Okay, that's all I've got for horror news. In terms of what we've been watching, Alice, have you seen anything recently? Any new releases or any, first time watches for horror or horror adjacent films that you wanted to mention?
Do you know what? I've been quite rubbish recently with new releases, because all of last week was spent kind of watching all the Jackass films. So,
Is there
um,
is there a moment in one of the Jackass films that fills you with a similar sort of dread that you get in Final Destination?
um, I think, well, maybe not the same kind of dread, but any of the kind of bodily fluids based ones are the
Yeah,
ones that I can't
just not on,
deal
is
with.
it? Anytime Dave
Um,
England is involved, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna like this.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, probably let's say quote unquote scariest one is the sweatsuit.
Oh
I think
God,
that is
no.
quite possibly the worst one. So
Yeah, that is absolutely not on,
yeah,
is what
yeah.
I would say. That's just not on.
I would much rather have a log to the face.
Much
There you
rather
go. I
have a
did a
big old log to
segue
the
for you
face.
there. There you go. Not that kind of log.
I didn't say anything. I just laughed. But that is clippable content right here on the Horror Hangout podcast. But yeah, it's the disgusting ones that get me to the sweatsuit. I know it wasn't on the film, I think it was on the show, but when Dave England maybe makes an omelette out of his own vomit,
Yeah, something gross like that.
something
Yeah.
gross like that. Like I just want to see these guys get smashed in the face, get like
Yeah.
a bull run them. Oh, that's kind of mean though, isn't it, to the bull? Um, I just want to see them get hurt physically. I don't want disgusting stuff, for God's sake.
Hmm.
And we all remember how Jackass 3D started as well, when I was like, oh God,
Yeah.
please no. But no, you haven't seen anything horror this week?
Nothing horror this week. I mean, I've got all of the Soho and Pride films to catch up
Oh,
with.
yes, of
So
course.
that will be my week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some of those on there.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I should
yeah,
catch up as well.
that will be my week. My week will be catching up with
Isn't
some missed horrors.
isn't Killer Condom on the list for Soho Horror
Poor
Pride?
Things did a live
That's right. That's what I saw,
podcast
yeah.
discussing it, and I hadn't seen Killer Condom before, and it sounds great. So I probably will be watching that this week as well. So
A 6 foot long fanged condom, apparently.
yeah,
I mean, what more could you want? What more could you want?
exactly.
I've got a couple to mention. I've not really seen all that much this week, but I will mention two. Number one is a weird one because I didn't even know this bloody existed. I was looking for something on Shudder to watch that I'd never seen before, and I was looking for a new anthology that I'd not seen before because I thought there's a couple of like anthologies that didn't really get sequels, that didn't become like a franchise, that just one time anthologies that probably have got some quite underrated sequences in them. So I found something called Dead Time Stories. I don't know if you ever heard of this. Jeffrey Delman is the director. It's 1986. The kind of wraparound story is that there's a babysitting uncle who tells his son, who tells his nephew three very weird horror stories, all based on like fairy tales. So the first one's like witches. The second one's kind of like a spin on Little Red Riding Hood, but like a modern day Riding Hood with a werewolf and a pretty good werewolf as well. But the one that I think deserves the most attention is absolutely batshit. So weird. Such a complete change of pace in this anthology. It's kind of like imagine if you wanted to make a remake of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but the only film you'd ever seen was Natural Born Killers.
Okay.
Yeah, well, imagine if Mickey and Mallory Knox were actually the Three Bears and you had Goldilocks as well. Goldie spelled Goldi and Locks Lox.
Of
And she was
course.
like some sort of telepathic serial killer who was
Okay.
killing men and keeping them in a house,
Okay.
all at various stages of decomposition.
Yeah.
And the three bears were not actual bears, despite the fact they're called Baby Bear, Daddy Bear, and Mummy Bear. They're three criminals on the run.
Okay.
It is
Wow.
so weird. You know when you're watching a film like with a partner or a friend or something, and you just constantly look at each other like this.
Yeah.
Did you see that? What I just saw? It is so strange. I feel like the first two are perfectly fine. You know, witches, and a werewolf. The werewolf story I think is pretty interesting. I think, but for the third sequence alone, check it out. It's on Shudder right now. It's very light-hearted in terms of horror,
Okay.
but it's got some absolutely mad theme song. It's got a mad theme song as well. Talking of casualty, but it's got the Dead Time Stories theme song. I need to find it on YouTube or whatever. The most literal theme song you can ever imagine. Despite the fact it plays at the start of the film, of course it does. It basically outlines everything about the three stories.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's just so weird. But yeah, there was that. Um, it passed 90 minutes. It was fine. This one isn't necessarily horror, but I did go and watch, but I've got some horrible things to say about it. I went and watched the new Steven Spielberg movie, Disclosure Day. I don't know if you've seen this, Alice.
Haven't yet.
Okay.
Is it?
How do you feel about it with
I
just
mean,
seeing
I
the
love
trailer?
Steven Spielberg, so
Same.
um, yeah. I don't know. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, so
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna have to say some bad things, unfortunately. I
Okay.
spent a massive portion of this 2.5 hour film really bored, and especially for a Steven Spielberg film that hasn't happened for a while. It is a proper nothing burger of a film, and I kind of hate that description of anything. But like, I'm like, what's the takeaway from this?
Oh
Like,
no.
it just feels like that. It feels like there's a lot to be discussed about. I'm not going to spoil anything. A lot to be discussed about. Um, human empathy, for example, and what that
Okay.
means in the wider world and what it could potentially mean on a universal scale. But I feel like its message is kind of told rather than earned, if that makes sense.
Right.
You don't feel
Okay.
like, I get it now. I
Yeah, yeah.
understand. You kind of just go, what are you lot on about?
Okay. Fair enough.
Fair
Okay.
enough. And a lot of like, yeah. And I know, I guess I kind of feel like this with Steven Spielberg when he goes aliens. I know he obviously did Close Encounters of the Third Kind. He did. Well, E.T. We'll let him off for that one. But even like the Indiana Jones one with the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I get it. Like it's pretty interesting. Like in terms of the theme of this film and the storyline, it is interesting to think that this could happen, or if it did, what would be the ramifications in the wider world. But yeah, just a bit inconsequential, I might say.
Hmm.
Just
Okay.
left me feeling cold. And
Yeah.
even with a John Williams score, a John Williams score and a Steven Spielberg movie should go together perfectly. I
Yeah.
just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it.
Oh no.
You may watch it and have the time of your life, though, Alice. I don't know.
We'll see. I'll let you know.
Let me know. Yeah, it has had mixed reviews though. I've seen a lot of reviews, people saying like this is absolutely magic. This is the best
Hmm.
Spielberg movie in years, etc., etc. And I didn't go in with a closed mind, but yeah, I was a bit not a fan. But that's it for me. That's all I've seen. The film, the film of the week, which you've already mentioned a little bit, but now we're going to introduce it properly. Final Destination 2. And that is a 2003 American supernatural horror film directed by David R. Ellis, and is a sequel to Final Destination 2000, the second installment in the Final Destination film series. It stars Ali Larter, A.J. Cook, and Michael Landez. The film follows a young woman who saves a group of drivers from a highway pileup, which she predicted from a premonition. She must find ways to defeat death after the survivors begin dying in freak accidents. There we go. In terms of reviews, we've got 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes, 52% critic score, 58% audience score. Letterboxd, 3.0 out of 5. And some choice reviews from Letterboxd. We've got Pudini. I didn't even read that as the first username. Pudini says, "Do you think that logging companies show this to their truckers? 3 stars. Here's what not to do, all right? I feel like the logging truckers just get away with it in this, don't they? No
They do,
one's held
yeah.
responsible. No one goes, what were your safety precautions? Health and safety.
And the log truck guy,
Survives? Is he the one
no,
having
he
a beer?
dies.
He does
He
die.
dies because it crashes into her, yeah, at the end.
Ah,
I was gonna say, why isn't he part of the gang? But he's gonna die anyway, isn't he? So
yeah.
yeah,
If your
that's
face
fine.
don't fit, basically, right? If you ain't cocaine using drug driver,
Yeah.
father, no, mother and son, iconic bottle drumming duo.
Yeah, yeah. Policeman that loves to drive with his like Americano without a lid
Yeah,
on, and
yeah,
then get annoyed when it tips over and burns him.
yeah. What an absolute belter. Yeah, he's not part of the gang. Oh yeah, old guy revving his engine, trying to look hot, gets burnt
Oh
alive.
yeah.
He did look hot, too hot, if you like me. If you ask me. Aaron says no one is doing iconic deaths quite like this franchise. 2.5 stars. Haley says maybe some of these people are just stupid and we should stop blaming death. But then she gives it 4.5 stars.
No,
So
I agree. We'll get into that.
yeah,
There is one death in particular where yeah, very
yeah.
stupid.
And Cobb says, and just like that, an entire generation was traumatized.
hmm
4 stars. Um, yeah, he's right. An entire generation traumatized by that particular, as we mentioned at the top of the show. When you see this in the wild, when you're driving anywhere, as soon as you see that, A, you avoid it, you get away from being behind it, right?
Yeah.
B, you quote Final Destination and you say, any minute now. Oh my God,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
watch out.
Or you take a photo of it, you put it on
Yeah.
Instagram, and the song you'll put on is Highway to Hell.
Oh my God, yeah. Yes, that's it. When you're safely pulled over, of course.
Of course, yeah. If you're the passenger, it's also fine. But yeah,
Passenger's fine.
don't post
Exactly.
on Instagram and drive,
Don't do it when you're
folks.
driving, because otherwise you will cause a pile up very similar to this. Very similar to a pile up where no one uses their brakes, everyone drives headlong into exploding cars. It's absolutely brutal. But yeah, I think it's got the most iconic opening sequence, and I feel like it's got some of the most iconic slash silly deaths as well. And silly in a way
Definitely.
where I know we had things like the tanning beds, that's pretty iconic. What's that one? Third one?
That's three, yeah.
Three, yeah. So there have been plenty of iconic ones, but I feel like this one is next level for the amount of
Yeah.
yeah. So in terms of the cast, we've got Ali Larter returning as Claire Rivers, someone who survived the first movie. Now, what happened to what's his name from the first one?
So we don't really find out in the second one. It's Alex, right, in
Alex,
the
that's it,
first
yeah.
one. There is either in, and this is all thanks to my wonderful friend Iona, who is the biggest Final
Okay.
Destination fan of all time.
Hell yeah.
So she's taught me, so she should really be here in my place. But so she's taught me a lot, and it's either find out about him either in the special like extras on the DVD or
Mm.
it's in a deleted scene. It's something like that. But Alex dies from having a brick fall on his face, and that's how
Oh,
he dies.
that's right.
But it's
Yeah.
kind of a bit of cutaway. Oh, that's how that happened, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Because it's strange. Because I guess they must have been trying to get Devon Sawa back for this one. Maybe him
Yeah,
and
I
Clear
guess
Rivers
so.
working together to try and help it. But yeah, I mean, Clear Rivers, the fact that she is institutionalized probably makes total sense, doesn't it? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
it'd take a lot for me to want to leave. Oh yeah, but um, Devon Sawa had it pretty sorted towards the end of Final Destination 2, didn't he? He was living in a horrible little shack with
Oh yeah, the end of the first one. Yeah,
his little
yeah.
shack, which looked
Yeah,
more dangerous than anywhere else he could live, to be fair.
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I know where everything is, and I know where everything falls. It's fine. I'm fine. It's organized chaos. Yeah. Um, but yeah, Clear Rivers returns. She's back. She's out of the institution, ready to help a new group of survivors. Even though they got bloody no chance, have they? They've got absolutely no chance, start to finish. AJ Cook is Kimberly Corman. Michael Landez is Thomas Burke, Detective Burke, and then obviously we've got a cast of supporting characters, including Tony Todd as William Bloodworth, of course, and then everyone else who dies. That's right. I'm chucking everyone else into everyone else who dies. We'll mention them as we go on. It's exactly 1 year after Flight 180 as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Which kind of leads you to think that the others would kind of do the same. But I don't think that's what actually happens, or at least they don't think it's important enough to bring it up again that
No.
once a year a horrific thing will happen and someone will have a premonition. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I love the way that all the details of people's death is like read out on the news as well. Like, how did this person kill themselves? Well, you've got all the details, and we're about to read them out on mainstream news. That
Yeah.
never, that does not happen. Oh, that's weird. Everyone's died in a crazy way. No, let people investigate first, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Don't want to send people into a panic. Um, but it's just got to be like the one of the worst. I mean, not a physical slasher or killer to be stalked by, but got to be one of the worst in it because you just can never win. And when you think you win, you never win.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we only kind of really find out that, well, Kimberly wins,
Mm,
but you only really find that out later on, right? So we kind
yeah.
of in the sixth one. So there is a way to win, which you do kind of find out in this as well. But for the most part, no, like you
No.
can't win, but you can't escape death, and that's the whole point.
Very stressful, isn't it?
It's stressful.
Not escape death for a bit, but you'll be ever so stressed throughout
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
And death will only send little hints and little fun messages to your friends and family to see how you're going to die.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're going to die with a man with hooks or something. Well, I won't go to that Peter Pan Peter Pan
Yeah.
screening I was going to watch tomorrow. Thanks for that. See you later. Man with
That is,
hooks, pigeons.
yeah. That's probably one of the worst like deaths, right? Or like lead ups to it all.
They're
Um,
all pretty ridiculous. They're
they
all
are all
pretty
pretty
ridiculous
ridiculous.
in the sense of everything's set up like that opening sequence to Wallace and Gromit, where one thing falls and hits another thing, which rolls all the way down here, which hits that thing. Wallace's jumper comes and lands on his head. It's basically every death sequence is like that. Like you just watch something slowly start to roll, knock something
Yeah.
over that spills some sort of liquid. Someone's going to slip on that, smash their head on spaghetti.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is the stupid one
That's the
is the
stupid
first
one.
one.
Okay, right.
Because what was his name? He I kept wanting to call him Alex and he's not Alex, is he? Because that's the guy in the first one. Um but he's the fridge
Evan,
magnet falls in
lottery
the
winner Evan.
lot Evan,
Mm,
that's it. And he was
mhm.
won the lottery and he's having leftover Chinese to celebrate. And the fridge magnet falls in, doesn't realize, puts it in the microwave. Microwave obviously starts to explode. And then, if you heard that car horn, I do have my window open because it's boiling here in Brighton.
I didn't even hear it.
You didn't hear it? Okay, it
It's
was
the
really loud,
quietest
so
car horn
apologies.
ever.
Yeah. Um, and instead of being like, okay, let me turn off the microwave and sort that out, he's like, no, actually, I'm going to put my hand in the garbage. What's it
Ah,
called in America where they do the
garbage
garbage in the
disposal thing.
sink, garbage
Yeah, because we don't
disposal
have
thing
that in
to
the
get the
UK, do we?
ring?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just whenever that happens in any film, garbage disposal, it is always. I know it's designed to build tension. You think they're gonna have their bloody hand off, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it does
It's
work.
ridiculous. The ring will still be in there. Sort out the fire first.
Yeah, one major problem at a time, for
Yeah,
God's
so it's all
sake.
his fault, I think, for that. I think he could have easily avoided death again.
Mm,
He was just being an idiot.
yeah, lots of idiots, but also like so what do you think? Do you think that death is just trying to kill these people and that it isn't really trying to create these bizarre, over elaborate things to kill them? It just happens to be that's what gets them, you know? Because if they manage to survive that bit, something else would happen further down the line that would happen. Because it feels incredibly complicated. Like if you were deaf, like trying to work this out. Right, well, first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to blow this little bowling ball down the way, and that's going to hit this, and that's going to hit. If I was involved in Def's like planning team, marketing team, or anything like that, I'd go, just get it done, mate. You got that big old scythe thing. Just go in,
Yeah,
slice their bloody head off. Nah, he or she enjoys the the chase, enjoys the carnage that they cause.
yeah. Maybe they do. I mean, maybe after, millions of years of various different deaths,
Yeah.
he's bored of the old vanilla death and is like, all right, how can we
Mm.
spice this up a little bit?
He was having fun in the early days. Saber-tooth, get that saber-tooth tiger to kill that caveman. Kill all his family.
Yeah,
Brutal. Woolly mammoth stomps on them all. Lovely.
yeah.
Modern age, he's like, oh,
I
well,
don't know.
there's
What
only
we
so much
do.
you could do.
Yeah, it's true. So maybe he just wants to spice it up a little bit. Or maybe it's just all these different types of things do kind of happen to us and we just don't pick up on it. And it's all just like the
Yeah,
butterfly effect
of
of
course.
how we're going to die.
Yeah, we're all just seconds from death at any one point. And
We are.
yeah, we bloody are.
We are.
Um, okay, so this film sets the scene by sort of explaining what happened with Flight 180, and that there's also like a guy on the news talking about what this is. Like, oh, it's not supernatural. Does he say it's not supernatural? It's kind of fate or something like that. He's kind of explaining
Mm.
like what it should be. They love to uh get a conspiracy theorist on the TV
Oh,
talking about
yeah. Yeah.
serious things here, all right? Yeah, well, I reckon death has got a predetermined plan, and we fucked that plan up. So now
Hmm.
now he's fuming, and I
Yeah.
go, why are we giving you airtime? But he's right, of course. And how do so we start with Kimberly Corman leaving for spring break with her friends, Shayna, Dano, and Frankie. Shayna, Dano, and Frankie. Her friend Frankie makes a very inappropriate comment to the dad, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Basically, your daughter's really into kinky sex, so you have to deal with
Yeah.
it. It's like,
I
have you
guess
got?
probably like we've all kind of had our friends who've embarrassed us in front of our parents as teenagers. Maybe not in that kind of extreme way, but
I think I would literally just go, "What is wrong with you?
yeah, yeah, shut
Wrong with you,
up.
for God's sake?"
Yeah. But she's like, your dad's really cool. It doesn't matter. So
He's fine. He loves
he's
whips and
fine.
chains. He's fine. At least they're bringing condoms. Protection is very important in this in
It,
2002, I guess.
it is, yeah.
Yeah. And then on the entrance ramp to US Route 23, essentially all these things happen to set the scene. So a lady like knocks on the window, like a sort of beggar lady knocks on the window. The radio like plays Highway to Hell, and she just like basically she's scanning the environment for all of these. It feels like the hazard perception test when you're
Hmm.
doing the driving test. Shit, there's a cat. It could run out in the road. Oh my God, there's someone running there. What if they slip and fall in the road? That's all it is. What if they fall in the road?
Yeah.
Um, it's basically that. She's looking at all the things. Someone driving, drinking a beer. There's a cup, obviously a guy doing having some lovely cocaine while he's driving. Guy obviously coffee in the lap. Uh,
Yeah.
what else? Guy, I don't know why that bit sticks with me so much. Him drumming with the empty bottles
Yeah. A little
because I
drum
think I
in.
would go. fucking stop that. I'm trying to drive.
Yeah, that is dangerous.
Very
We've
dangerous.
got the kind of the school bus
Oh
of
God, yeah.
well, I guess yeah, they're college like footballers or something like that,
Mm.
but they're just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
pile up, pile up. Got
Oh
the
yeah, of
weird
course.
kid
Oh
staring
yeah, with
at
the car, the trucks.
Kimberly just smashing the cars together. All these different signs.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good little kind of setup, I think, with all of
Mm.
that.
Yeah. And then the pile up begins.
Yes.
So the logging truck in front of them. Do we see like what causes the logs to kind of fall off the truck?
Yeah,
The
chain
flag?
breaks loose and then the logs start to slowly
Yeah.
tumble
The logs
into
start to and everyone dies in,
yeah, yeah, into the policeman's
increasingly,
face.
increasingly horrible ways. And obviously, the first one, police officer, log straight through the face, turns him into mush.
Yeah.
That's the way when you see those logs, when you're driving, you see those logs on that truck. That's the way you expect it to happen. You expect it to just
Yeah.
drop and immediately just, boom,
And to be
impale
honest,
you.
out of all of them, that's probably the best way to go because it was instant.
Yeah, there's a lot of like,
There's people who get flown across the tarmac and are just seeing like a motorcycle coming towards them. It's going to
yeah,
slice them in half. There's people on fire, slowly burning, trapped. Like, yeah, I think that probably just throw a log in my face is
just sling a log in my
probably
face, mate. Sling a log in my
yeah,
face.
yeah,
Come on,
nice
I'm
and
first up.
instant.
First up.
Yeah.
Who wants a log slung in their face? Me, please. But that truck at the end as well, the one that like is on fire, comes flying through. Like, what's going on there? Are we assuming the driver's dead?
I guess so, yeah. That's what I've always presumed.
Yeah, because that
But I don't
the
know how the driver would have died, but that's just
shock
shock,
just
yeah.
saw it all happen and went, oh bloody hell.
Oh God. I was like, well, I'm gonna get fired anyway, so
Yeah,
like
it's like they all take turns to die. It's a little bit
yeah.
like whenever Batman's fighting a group of people, they all take turns to fight him. Right, I'll have you first. Now your turn, is it? Bang! Right, come on then. Work together for God's sake and
Yeah.
overpower this man dressed as a bat. This is like every single time someone dies, it's just like this person's died. Oh, that's pretty terrible. Now someone's still like ah.
Yeah.
As you said
Yeah,
about this,
apart from the well, this is kind of skipping ahead because you only really find that out near the end, but the pregnant woman is the only one who is sensible and pulls into the hard
oh, mate,
shoulder.
that was the ridiculous premonition. That was the way too late flashback that I mentioned.
Yes, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wait, actually, this whole subplot of the film is completely pointless because I've actually just remembered that she was all right.
yeah.
And it feels like Death knows that they're on the wrong track and is still fucking with them. Like, I'm
Yeah.
actually going to try to kill the mum as well, even though I got nothing. No, that's none of my business. I'm
Yeah.
still going to try and kill the mum and the baby because I'm twisted like that. Wrong.
He's a little cheeky one, is deaf, so yeah.
He's a ever so playful.
He is, yeah.
Who else have we got? So we got high school teacher Eugene Dix, stoner Rory Peters. Says stoner, but do I ever see him smoking weed? He's always on the old He's
Yeah.
always on the old nose powder, isn't he? Businesswoman Kat Jennings. I mean, she's
Yeah.
pretty. She's iconic. She's always at conventions as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's popped up in a few recent horrors as well. And then the mum and son, Nora and Tim. The way
Hmm.
they die is one of his fucking bottles that he was using to drum with falls underneath the brake, so she can't brake. And you know what you do when you can't brake? Don't swerve. Don't try and change direction. Just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep
I
going.
mean, I don't drive, but I presume that's the advice that should be
Oh, bloody hell,
given.
brakes ain't working. Well, that's me.
Yeah, so keep driving.
Okay, so just keep on driving until I inevitably hit an obstacle. Um, and yeah, and then pregnant delivery driver Isabella Hudson is the other person we mentioned. I don't think we missed anyone out. I think yeah, because we
I
got
think that's
the.
everyone.
I think that's everyone. Yeah. Um, and then after it happens, we get that iconic shot of it zooming in and then out of Kimberly's eye. It was a bloody premonition all along. Don't worry,
Oh,
everyone's fine. But then, of course, the things that she was seeing, the woman banging on the window, the radio, and pretty much everything else shows that actually it was a premonition and it's going to happen. Um, so what happens then? She just pulls over, gets out.
Yeah, pulls in front, stops, yeah, stops all the cars from going. But there, yeah, still a pile up happens, and now all of those people who weren't meant to
Mm.
die.
So everyone who was essentially like behind her in
Yeah,
because she like obviously stops and so
yeah,
Bert gets
yeah.
out, he's questioning Kimberly and she's like, "Oh my God, there's gonna be a crash. I saw it happening." Um and he's like, "What the hell are you on about?" And then we see it happening in the distance. Don't look as bad in the distance, does it?
No, no.
Oh, that's all right actually. I think everyone's all right.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a spanner in the works, which is that a car, it says a car carrier here. Oh yeah, car carrier crashes into Kimberly's car. So literally as they're discussing this, Burke suddenly like goes, "Oh my God," grabs Kimberly, dives out the way of her, and this car carrier. What what is that car carrier's problem? Was it driving
Yeah,
a
no.
what was it driving away? I guess it was driving away from the
I don't
crash.
know. It couldn't have been driving away from it because the crash happens.
Yeah. I feel like that
I
is
don't know.
Def's favorite thing is to like, I don't know, give a driver like cramp in their leg or something. Oh fuck! Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
accelerating and I
yeah.
can't stop.
We've got to try and get, I guess Death wanted to get rid of those people anyway. So it's like, right, okay,
Yeah.
you lot, I'm gonna try and get you.
So Shayna, Dano, and Frankie, um, got,
Yeah.
which is a shame because I thought they could have been interesting characters. Um, one of them gets flashed a little bit early on, but he can't. He can't alert his friend to it because he's coughing. And then Kimberly's dad on the phone. Is that someone coughing? Is that someone coughing on the?
Yeah.
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 Interesting, Dad. Why are you interested in that? Just got a tickly throat, for God's sake. Give him
Hey,
a
come
break.
on, from all
No.
that weed he's
I
smoking.
can smell the weed through the phone. I
Yeah, he
swear.
could, he could.
Um, so yeah, this happens, and I guess similarly to old Devon Sawa, and I keep calling him that, but what's his character's name? Alex?
Alex,
In
yeah,
the first film, everyone thinks he's maybe a little bit Looney Tunes, right?
fair enough.
Fair enough. They go, oh, rather than cheers, you saved my life. It's, well, you're something's wrong with you. You got a screw loose,
Yeah.
and they kind of do that with Kimberly. I always find that people are pretty quick to join up with the plan, though, in these films, aren't they?
Yeah, eventually. And I guess
Hmm.
it kind of, as the
As the
years,
body count
as the
increases, yeah.
body count goes up, you'd kind of be like, hang on, yeah, maybe this crazy
Yeah,
Kimberly is onto something.
summer's a bit off. Um, and I think obviously she doesn't exactly know what's kind of gone down, and she just lost three of her close friends as well. So
Hmm.
pretty intense. So they all return to their respective homes, and that is when Death goes, right, that's it. I've got a daily quota to keep up with, and you lot have absolutely mugged me off. So what am I going to say to my superiors in the afterlife? I'm going to go and have a bit of fun and take you all out one by
Yeah.
one. So Evan, the guy who we saw on fire in the premonition, Evan gets killed in exactly the way you said with the magnet and then the ring and then climbs down the ladder. I mean, this one is just unreal, really. What's Def's point here? Is Def literally thinking, what I'll do is right at the last minute, I'll make it seem like they survived, and then
Yeah.
bang, messed up. So yeah,
Yeah.
he leaves down like a step like a fire escape ladder, which suddenly drops. He falls onto the ground. Then when he stands up, he slips on the. It's Chinese, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, so he's like Chinese or spaghetti or something.
Mm.
No, yeah, it's spaghetti that he throws out of the window, and then
Yeah,
he's like,
that's
oh
right.
yeah, because that's old and smelly. So he thought, well, I'll have the other old and smelly.
Yeah,
That is my Chinese takeaway.
exactly. And he slips on that, and the ladder like falls, but inches from his face, and he goes, "Whew, phew, that was close." Bang, dead. It only falls
Yeah.
like an inch, would that? I suppose if it's pretty heavy, it would go through
I
your.
think yeah, it probably would. Yeah.
Probably would go
I
through
wouldn't
your.
test it to see.
No, no, no,
Anyway.
no. I'm not suggesting that, and I'm not trying to make myself sound like I'd survive that. I'd
Yeah.
survive all this
Yeah.
stuff. What's that? Head getting ripped off when you're stuck in a lift. I'd be fine. Got a really strong neck. Tense me neck. Um,
Yeah.
so sensing Death's presence, this is when Why does Kimberly decide to seek help from Clear Rivers? How does she even know she's there as well on the psychiatric ward?
I think it all kind of it comes out about when they discuss about 180 flights that happened last year, and they're like, oh, there's only been one survivor.
Mm.
And then um yeah, that's how it all kind of comes about.
One survivor, and that is Clear Rivers, and she is um hidden. She's hidden from death in a psychiatric ward after Alex Browning, Devon Sawa, was killed by a falling brick. Oh no. I feel like death will still get to you in a psychiatric ward. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
potentially, but she's got a lot of rules, hasn't she,
Oh
for
yeah.
for Kimberly when she comes in. So I guess it's probably one of the safest places to be in if you don't want death to get you. But I kind
Infect
of think
someone.
that like, what life are you having in this padded room without anything
Yeah. I
just
mean,
to survive?
yeah, it's not
But
worth
what
it, is
life
it?
have you got? No life. So
No, exactly. I feel like Death would just go, oh no, she's choked on her own tongue, choked on her own saliva in her sleep, strangled
you
by her
could
own
do.
hair.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Again, if I was Death's superiors in the afterlife, I'd go, right, mate, we got one outstanding here. We got to discuss.
Yeah.
Clear Rivers.
He's like, don't you worry. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I thought Clear Rivers should die a little bit later. I've got some good plans for it. Well, I don't know. She's been alive for a year.
Mm,
That your
yeah.
KPIs are extremely bad. You're scoring badly because of old Clear Rivers. Nah, I'll be alright. I'll get her eventually. It's fine. I'll send someone in with a terrible disease that they pass on immediately. Nah.
Yeah.
Um, so basically, yeah, Claire, her role in this film is essentially she knows all the rules. She's lived it, she's done it. And, when the rules change in this film, because obviously we've got characters who this is their first time, Claire is the one that does the classic stare seriously into the corner of the room as she comes to a big realization. Oh my God, Death's working backwards.
Yeah.
That didn't happen with me. Um, so yeah, Claire basically tells Kimberly that their survival provoked Death to kill them in the order they would have died at Route 23, but concludes that Death must be working backwards since Kimberly's friends died before Evan. I feel like Death just does whatever he wants. I feel like he did it in the order last time, easier to keep track of.
Yeah.
Sometimes you mix things up, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Especially in
Well, I
a work
think,
environment.
yeah, why not? Yeah, he goes backwards, and but then I think he goes from then on, he goes forwards. Oh, well, I guess,
Death's an
yeah, he goes
absolute
forwards.
loose cannon.
Yeah.
What is he playing
Mix it
at?
up for the second one. Why not?
Makes up for the second one also because I was kind of beaten on the first time, so this time I don't want anyone to know what's coming.
Yeah.
Um, so so while Kimberly survived because of Burke's intervention, unlike in Kimberly's premonition where they all died after Evan, so basically like she should have died then, but she is now going to die last potentially. Is that what we're saying? Potentially
Yeah,
cheated death twice.
yeah, no, just lucky.
Yeah. And Claire tells Kimberly to look for omens and save herself, warning her that Burke's rescue merely puts her after him on death's list. Okay, okay. How do you know all this, Claire? How do you know that these rules seem very vague? Okay, what's
Yeah.
going on? Um, Also, would Claire be willing to come at like I don't know if I'd spent my whole existence now trying to cheat death, and I saw some other poor souls were involved. Would you want to leave the ward?
She gives up very quickly, doesn't she? The
Yeah.
whole like, which, I guess.
I'll never leave this psychiatric ward. Oh,
Yeah.
well, some people we know have died. Right, that's it. You need me. I'm on my
Yeah, oh, I
way.
twisted my arm.
You twisted me arm.
Okay.
Don't twist it too hard, though. Jesus. You could die from that. So yeah, what happens after this? So after this is I think this is when Oh yeah, Kimberly goes and explains some more to Burke, and that's when she sees the old pigeons in the reflection,
Yes.
terrified of pigeons. Would you see that as an omen? I don't know. I guess you would if the pigeons weren't
I
really
guess
there.
so. I mean, it's you'd be looking for anything, wouldn't you? And this also, the lead up to this death is probably one of the ones where I felt like, oh, this is not nice. When he's
Ever
in
so
the
stressful, yeah.
yeah, the kid is in the dentist chair and the like plastic puffer fish falls in his mouth as
Mm,
he's under like gas and air and can't move. Horrible.
yeah, that's
That
absolutely
would not be
brutal.
nice.
Especially if you've got a bad relationship with the dentist anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say he would after this, but it doesn't last very long if he
Don't
if
ca-
he
This
did.
guy
So
don't care about the dentist. This guy, this kid, what did the dentist say about your teeth? Can't remember. Does your mum know that you've been smoking? Yeah.
yeah, kids. That's just kids, though, isn't it?
Kids smoking a dark going to the bloody yeah. That is just kids, don't care. Um so basically what happens is um they go to the dentist. He's put under anesthetic, as you said, and the plastic pufferfish like falls into his mouth. I guess a lot of these scenes are like, this is how he's gonna die. Are you
Yeah,
ready?
red herrings.
Red herrings all over the place, yeah. Um, and that's not how it happens. He's managed to survive that literally at the last minute. Just some random. Oh yeah, so of course a pigeon flies into the window first, smashes the glass pane, and then gets into like the waiting room.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it
Pure
all kicks
carn,
off.
pure absolute carnage. You know
Yeah.
that. I mean, I'd be overstimulated and have to go home. I think.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's do this another time.
Pigeon
Thanks for the
in.
gas and air, but I'm off.
Don't drive with this gas. That's fine. I'm walking. See you later.
Yeah.
Woo. I feel like if you had a bit of gas in air, you would be likely to run into a group of pigeons just for the shits and gigs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Not to say I've done that in a while. Probably not done that since I was a kid. But it's always a good laugh. Poor old pigeons. But again, it's not a red herring, this one. The sort
No.
of the premonition that she sees, or sorry, the omen that she sees. But I feel like these omens are all or too little, too late.
Yeah, which is the unfortunate thing. They always seem to get there at least,
Mm.
yeah, half a second too late, it seems.
I feel like every scene is Burke and Kimberly running towards someone, going, "Fucking
Yeah.
hell,
Yeah,
stop! What?
don't run towards the pigeons and yeah, you're just
Don't run
like, I
towards the pigeons."
will. So I'm off my tits on gas and air.
I
So
am going to run towards the pigeons. What are you saying? Run towards the pigeons? I also feel like there's a lot of instances in this where it's almost like, and again, you could analyze this deep on a deeper level, I guess. Certain things happen in this film that wouldn't have happened if they didn't try to warn someone about the premonition, about the
Yeah,
omen, sorry.
yeah.
Because Man with Hooks, she only panics when the hook gets caught in her hair
Hmm.
because on the phone they go, Man with Hooks is going to kill you.
Yeah,
So then when she gets hooked, she's like, ah, Man with Hooks has got me.
yeah.
If they just left her to it, she would have gone, ah, you're hooked, you bloody weirdo.
Yeah,
Stop,
let's hang on a minute. Let's sort that out and get it out. And it's the
stop
same with the
sniffing me.
pigeons as well. They shouted pigeons and he ran towards them.
There's
Nothing
pigeons there,
happened without
brilliant.
it.
But yeah, that glass panel dropping on him is pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be a good scene to watch in slow mo
yeah, definitely.
because he pretty much gets bent in half backwards and then
Yeah,
just obliterated. Just becomes like a cloud of gore.
yeah.
Unlucky, mate. Again, that's pretty instant as well. But his poor mum had to witness it. Um, Probably get a big payout for that though, because whoever was
That's
operating,
true.
whoever was
Always think on
operating
the
this.
bright side, I guess.
You'll get a massive payout for this. Oh, but Def's
Yeah,
out, Def's after me as well. Oh shit.
yeah.
Well,
Better get it quick then.
better get it quick. Oh, but the U.S. legal system would take forever. Um, so Clear Rivers now decides, right, that's it. I'm coming out. I'm coming out of the psychiatric ward to help because you lot can't be trusted, for God's sake. Um, yeah, and then who do we move? Oh yeah, this is when she decides to leave the ward and introduces Kimberly and Burke to a mortician, William Bloodworth.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if Claire's job in this film isn't to exposition dump, luckily we've got William Bloodworth to do that even better. But I feel like we'll forgive it because it's an iconic role with Tony Todd, isn't it? And he was great. He was great in
Yeah.
Bloodlines as well, right?
So good in Bloodlines, and yeah, you can't say anything bad about the wonderful Tony Todd, and especially Bloodworth. What a character! What an
Oh,
iconic
Bloodworth.
horror character. Um, yeah, so we
How
let it
many
pass for him.
how many films is he in? Because he missed a few, didn't he?
He is in all of them, I think, and like not
Okay.
physically in the third one, he is in it, but he is the voice of
Ah.
when they're queuing
Oh
up
yeah, the
to go on the
devil.
roller coaster and it's like, do you dare to blah, blah, blah. It's yeah, that's Tony Todd's voice.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't in the fourth one either, which was
Oh,
just
it was in the fourth
the
one.
Final Destination. That one. Which one
Oh
is the
yeah,
one where like they go to the car, the like motor sport thing
that's
and
the
all the
fourth
cars? That's
one.
the fourth one.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
one's mad. That one's insane.
It's
Like,
so awful.
yeah, yeah, but
That one.
some of the deaths, like
Yeah.
literally just obliterated by a flying engine. One of
Yeah,
them.
like a tire, like yeah.
It's ridiculous. I feel like four and five blur into one for me a little bit because I feel like I don't know the last time you saw the posters side by side. You know the poster with all the characters,
Yeah, yeah.
same people. You look at it, I go, hang on a minute.
That's true.
They look like the
Yeah.
same. It's like the same fella who's like the main guy, and then yeah, those are probably the worst ones, weren't they? Four and five.
I don't mind five. Four is definitely the worst one.
Is five the one with the bridge collapse?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, it was
it's
pretty
like
brutal.
it's the 3D one.
Oh God, yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think did you see that in 3D?
I don't think I saw it in 3D. I think I did see it at the cinema though, so maybe I did watch it in 3D.
What a weird time when everything was in
Yeah.
3D, eh? That
When
was
yeah, put anything in 3D.
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah. And
If
we
you're a
would like
glasses wearer,
it was the worst of
if
times.
you're a glasses wearer, it is the worst of times. Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait to enjoy this film through two two sets of lenses.
Yeah. I think I wore contact lenses quite a lot during that the 3D era, we'll call it. So that's fine anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I remember you'd always, take out the 3D
Oh
bit,
my God, yes.
so you can go to the, the geeks night at uni or whatever it was. Put on a
Yeah,
pair of glasses.
the geeks night. Oh my
Something like that, I
God.
don't know. Geeks night down at
I
Oceana,
think
like.
some people just wore those glasses like as a fashion choice for a while, didn't
Yeah,
they?
there was that era as well, wasn't there, of
Mm,
yeah, those
just
certain
the
types.
lensless glass. And then people would always like come up to you and like try and put their finger through it to see if they were real, if they were like
Yeah.
lenses. And you go, get off of me. Who do you think I am? One of those guys? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, Final Destination, I guess it was just bits of bridge, bits of bridge coming at your face, like those metal rods. I feel like that was definitely something. Metal rods coming at your eye.
Yeah.
That's clippable as well. Now me doing this with my hands.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But yeah, old Bloodworth turns up in this one and basically just outlines. He goes, "Oh, you think you know death, do you? Well, actually, the rules in this film are," and tells them that only new life can defeat death, which I feel like Bloodworth's on death's payroll. I mean, is that kind of what we think anyway? Do we kind of think that? Is that
well, no, yeah, you don't. That was the theory for a long
it
time
was, wasn't it?
that
Yeah.
Bloodworth was actually death and all of that stuff. But it gets explained fairly well in Bloodlines who he actually is.
Can you remind me? Just because I don't know if I know.
Well, spoilers if you haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
Final
yeah, yeah.
Destination
Oh
Bloodlines.
God, of course, I've got it. Tell me anyway, but I do remember now.
Yeah, yeah, but he's a little kid at the start of Bloodlines, and he is one of the kind of the two survivors. So he's kind of been
That's right,
through it
yeah.
all and become fascinated with it and learns all about it.
I
And
like that, but I also like the mystery surrounding the character. You know, people thinking he actually deaf or is he like I don't know, in cahoots with death somehow?
yeah, I don't know. I quite liked it being as kind of simple as that. I
Mm.
think that if it got to the kind of, oh, he's actually death and that, it's when
Yeah.
it gets a bit too
Yeah.
supernatural, even though I know it is kind of supernatural. This is kind of supernatural where it's somewhat believable,
Yeah. Because
but
it's
as
just
soon as you kind of,
fate own coincidence,
because
isn't it, really? Which
it's just fate, and fate is a thing.
yeah.
But like, yeah, I think that if it was like, oh no, he's actually death, and they've been talking to
Mm.
death, it's like, well, like the figure death doesn't actually exist.
Mm.
So that would kind of, I think that would kind of ruin the whole
It's
franchise for me
just
if
a
that
little bit
actually became the case.
death itself in this franchise just a bit of wind.
Yeah,
Whenever,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
whenever
Yeah,
a
especially
door
in
blows
the
closed,
first one, there's a lot of wind.
whenever a door blows closed, you're like, fucking hell, here we go.
What do you want now?
What on earth do you want, Death? You weren't invited in, for God's sake. It's
Not
basically
today.
that, or like, making things, closing vents or making things
Yeah.
fall off or something. It's just bad luck. It's bloody bad luck.
Yeah. It's just
Um,
bad luck.
so essentially tells them new life can only defeat death. Um, and they go, "Oh my God, I just remembered there's a pregnant lady who died, Isabella." And they do, what do? They look at the dash cam, Burke's dash cam, and try
Yeah, I
and
think
work
so.
out. They basically run the plates, and work out where Isabella is, and then they go and find her.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, what do they do? They go to try and get. It says here they hold Isabella in custody, but don't get to her straight away, do they?
No, there's
Basically,
someone, they get another policeman to get her,
that's right. Yeah.
and she does get put in custody because she
Mm.
kind of goes into labor when she's in the
Oh
prison
God,
cell.
yeah. Oh yeah, because he
Yeah.
shines a torch in her face as well, and he goes like, "All right,
Yeah.
well, what have I done wrong? I'm a
Yeah.
heavily pregnant lady. Please leave me alone." So essentially, believe that the birth of the baby will create a loophole that they need to ruin Death's design. Again,
Yes.
definitely a little bit of a plot hole because I feel like whatever ruins Death's design, you don't just go, "See you later, then. That's me. That's me done." He goes, "Well, try something else then. Different pattern, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess." But essentially, yeah, if this baby was born, that baby obviously wouldn't have been born because it would have been killed in the crash. Um, so yeah, that's it. So that gets put into place. That whole subplot gets put into place, which kind of like runs alongside the main plot, which is
Hmm.
everybody gathering together in pretty much a fail-safe, the safest apartment you could ever be in. There's a canoe on the wall. There's a canoe on the
Yeah.
ceiling. What else? There's a cupboard full of various sharp objects, climbing gear,
Yeah.
bowling ball. Uh, yeah, that's fine. We'll stay here. So it's in it is Burke's apartment, isn't it? So he's obviously into like extreme sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and they get everyone together and basically explain to everyone what the deal is. And classically, like you do get in these films, everyone's kind of a bit like, that's bullshit. Which I guess is the way you would react, isn't it?
True, true.
Yeah. Um, poor old Nora's on the Valium. Poor old Nora's on the Valium. Maybe this is part of the reason. Like I
Yeah,
know she's
that's
been
true.
maybe I know she's had a major tragedy happen in her life just recently. But yeah, so in terms of this chain reaction, we get to see another omen. So this omen is viewed by wait, who's it viewed by? It's what's his name? Stoner guy. Whatever, he's not a stoner. Um
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
guy.
think so. Yeah.
It is because he tries to put something back in the oh yeah, of course we get the crazy Wallace and Gromit sequence to firmly convince everybody there that yes, Death is trying to kill them, which is like something falls, knocks something, and then the canoe comes,
Hmm.
or the kayak, or whatever it is, comes swinging down and misses Eugene by a moment.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, which is, I just be like, can we go in another room? Is the bedroom a
Yeah,
bit safer?
yeah. Yeah,
You know,
that's safer.
softer things. Have you got like, I don't know, have you got like a bike on the wall or some shit?
Hmm.
Please no. Um, but yeah, so when he puts all those bits back into the cupboard of the cupboard of death, doom, I wouldn't feel safe putting things back in that cupboard in a usual situation, let
No.
alone when death's trying to get me.
Yeah.
Ever so dangerous. And basically everything falls down around him. He falls out of the cupboard, and that is when he sees the little shadow on the ground of man with hooks.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, so obviously Cleo has told them to all to look out for various omens, no matter how silly they seem, I guess. Because Death's trying to give you a little warning. And then we get the scene with Nora. So Nora and Eugene are leaving, basically. Eugene's like, this is bullshit, I'm going. Nora's obviously like, I've got a funeral to plan. And then they walk into the. I want to know what this guy's backstory is. Man with
Yeah.
various like fake limb appendages
Yeah.
in a box.
Yeah.
Because he's maybe a little bit of a pervert as well. Because he leans over and gives old Nora a sniff as well, doesn't
Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
he?
Definitely a bit of a weirdo.
Gives her a sniff, and Eugene just gives him a silent. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah, yeah. What you fucking doing?
Yeah, and this death, I guess, is equally as complex, but it all comes down to a lift just not working very well.
Yeah.
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 So like they call her to say a man with hooks is gonna kill you. Watch out for a man with hooks. And she's like, man with hooks? Shit, there's one behind me. And one of his hook hands is stuck in her hair,
Yeah.
in her plait. And she panics. I'm gonna blame Nora for this. Makes it
It's
way
a
worse
little
for
bit of
herself.
Nora's fault. It could have very easily been unhooked. So
Yeah. I'm just gonna pull as hard as I can. No, no,
yeah,
no. All
yeah.
you need it's like the Chinese finger trap. Don't pull, just need to come together.
Yeah.
Get yourself out like that. Eugene's trying to help, bless him. Um, but yeah, somehow I think Nora managed to like get the lift like starts playing up. She manages to get out of this gap in
Hmm.
the lift. Then it closes on her head with like ridiculous strength.
Yeah.
She's hanging on. The two fellas are desperately trying to pry her loose. And Clear Rivers and the other the business lady, whatever her name was, sorry, they try to help as well, but no, we get a full on decapitation.
We certainly do.
Yeah, we certainly do. And Eugene reacts as I think anybody would, with absolute absolute fear. And he even attempts suicide with Burke's gun, but it like repeatedly misfires. I feel like if I don't know how do you feel about this? If Death was gonna go, oh, one of them's just committed suicide. Well, that's less work for me.
I guess it depends how maybe Def is really autistic and it needs to be
I
in like this
feel
certain
like
way.
I
Like
feel like
so
that might be correct
yeah.
because he's very oh, I better leave Clear alone to the next film. Just go and do her in between films. Yeah, but I've kind of got the itinerary mapped out in my head, and if there's any deviations to that itinerary that only I know about,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Definitely on the spectrum somewhere, I think.
definitely on the spectrum of death. Bless him. Um, so yeah, he attempts to gun repeatedly misfires and clears like, well, it's because it's not his turn to die. And Burke's like, misfiring gun all those times, that's impossible. That's a billion to one. Well, you do it then.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
is possible if it's a billion to one. So,
There we go. There we go. Exactly. Um, Clear doing a classic bit of. I think it was around about this time in the film when everyone was saying Claire a lot that I just imagined her name was Claire, and they were all
yeah.
getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Guess like how American people pronounce Craig.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what my original thought was just like, oh, maybe Americans just say Claire weird. Like,
Yeah,
that's just,
yeah. Clear Rivers. What a lovely name. So all of the survivors ride in Cat's SUV after learning that Isabella was hospitalized to give birth. Um, and this scene, this scene has got a lot to answer for, you know.
yeah.
Rather than just us all finding out somehow about the links to the original characters. Well, I don't even know if it necessarily even needs that. Even that in itself feels a bit far-fetched, you know,
Yeah,
because America's a bloody massive place.
that's true. That is true. I mean, I don't know whether they were gonna carry on that theme throughout the others. Maybe if that was the original plan, I don't know. But yeah, it feels a
Mm.
little bit pointless to have
Yeah.
to not have this kind of, fairly long sequence of them being like, oh, actually, no, I'm related.
Mm.
I know that person and I helped that person cross the road and or whatever. So yeah, it's a bit stupid.
Yeah, because it's almost like, well, how would they all know who these people are? I guess that maybe if they've been doing, oh yeah, because Claire had that sort of board with all the faces and everything. So, but
Yeah.
still, like remembering, because some of these things are massive, some of these things are huge. Like, oh, there was a robbery and that my mum got killed in, and I just didn't happen to be there because I was watching TV or whatever. And then what was it? What was it with Eugene? Oh yeah, he was going to be a teacher. He was a teacher, and someone went in. It was like a
Yeah.
school shooting. So basically, the survivors are revealing that the deaths of the Flight 180 survivors inadvertently saved them from fatal accidents
Hmm.
before the pile-up. So they'd
Yeah.
already cheated death, essentially, once.
Yeah.
Then Route 23's pile-up, I guess, was death doing everything in bulk.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, trying to play
Whereas
catch
actually,
up.
all these 28 people that I haven't killed yet, they're all on the same highway at the same time.
Yeah.
I reckon trucker logs.
Yeah. I love it when that happens. We do it all at once.
A
Perfect.
lovely truck of logs. Um, so it's essentially like ripple effects that death resolves by reversing this list. I feel like being deaf, for some people might think it's quite an easy job. The admin in this
Yeah.
job sounds ridiculous
Yeah.
because we're not just talking to the
Definitely.
US. We're assuming he's responsible for the world,
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know if they have like,
different branches.
different deaths per country.
Also, just humans. Well, that
Yeah.
Edgehog was going to get flattened by a car, but at the last minute, his Edgehog mate pulled him out of the way and said, "I've just had a premonition about
Yeah.
you getting flattened by that." Whoa, now I'm gonna have to go after these
Oh.
Edgehogs as well. Don't know why
Maybe
that
there
was
are
on.
different branches. It's a lot of work for one person, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot of work. That's what I want to see. A nice spin-off, which is
yeah,
Death.
yeah.
Death in the
Animals of
Office.
Farming Wood meets
Oh
Final
my God, yeah.
Destination.
Talking of stressful. Talking about
Yeah,
Casualty being stressful. Animals of Farming Wilbur's play stressful.
it was. Yeah, traumatized as kids, weren't we? So,
Traumatizing. And it wasn't afraid to just go, your favorite character in Animals of Farming Wood? Oh yeah. Dead.
yeah, yeah. There you go.
Oh no.
Enjoy that with your cereal.
Enjoy that with your poor Badger. Don't know if Badger actually died, but um so the SUV scene is we basically get Isabella giving birth or about to give birth at the same time, as they all like descend upon each other. And the SUV when they're driving suddenly blows a tire and crashes into a farm. Um, Nobody dies from the initial accident, but we've got like Cat gets pinned in her seat by like is it like a fence post or something? That's like
Yeah, a tree trunk is quite a
tree trunk. Oh,
chunky
yeah,
bit
it's a
of
big old
wood.
tree
Yeah.
trunk. Now, what is I feel like this is pretty brutal to be fair, because if you know what's going to happen, you just are looking at that split PVC pipe. There's like a split
Yeah.
PVC pipe that comes through the back of the chair, but doesn't kill her.
Yeah.
Um,
She didn't really seem to care about that at
no, she
all.
wasn't even thinking
But
about that.
no.
Um, oh, Eugene. I think Eugene initially is the only one hurt in the initial crash because he's like,
Yes.
I don't know exactly what's wrong with him, but he's definitely doing that thing where he's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, I'm done. Get me to the hospital straight away. Uh, and basically now we get like a chain reaction from we get like the family who own the farm are like trying to help, trying to like get her
Yeah.
out, and then the fire brigade turn up. Um, well, rescue workers, and what do they do? They like hit something that sets off. They're trying to
Yeah, I think
hit the tree trunk.
it's something like that. Yeah, that
Give it a
causes
whack.
yeah, causes her to jump or causes the
Was what was it, the airbag to just
The airbag,
explode
that's
into
what
her
I was looking
face.
for. Thank you. Yeah, the airbag to open up that hits her head back right into
Properly hits
that
her head back,
plastic pole.
impaled by the PVC pipe, which is
Hmm.
brutal. Um, and then I'm not entirely sure how this happens, but how does the fence with the barbed wire get launched at Rory, which like
An
slices him into bits?
explosion.
It's just a classic Final Destination
Yeah.
explosion.
Yeah, yeah. Nice and easy.
What's happened? This car has crashed. Oh, how fast was it going? 25 miles an hour? Make it explode.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Is that believable? It's fine because
So, oh,
oil leak.
that's it. So there was oil dripping from the car that was going down
She
a
dropped a
pipe,
cigarette.
and then she drops a cigarette when she dies. That
You're
all
right.
lights on fire.
You
Big
are correct.
explosion.
You are correct. Classic. Oh
There
yeah,
we
because there
go.
was a moment earlier where obviously Claire is being very, very vigilant in terms of everybody, and someone walks past the gas station lighting up, and she,
Yeah.
I mean, mad respect to her. She goes straight in to whack them.
Fair enough as well.
You moron.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah, and and a very early 2000s retort from the young man as well, who I think says, "Suck on my junk, biatch."
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. Biatch. Bring back Biatch, I say.
Biatch has been totally forgotten by the sands of time, hasn't it? Biatch. Bring back Biatch. I agree. I'm assuming with like not another team podcast, some of the films you're watching, Biatch must be included.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't know. I can't remember if we've had a biatch yet. We must have done.
Surely it's a Stifler
We've
thing.
surely had. Yeah, we've only done the first American Pie. We need to do the others.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. The second one for me was like probably probably my favorite, I'd say, mainly because the soundtrack
Oh
had one of
yeah, the soundtrack.
the soundtrack's so good in the
Definitely.
second one.
Definitely.
I mean, the first one's great as well, but the second one outstanding. But again, films that I've probably not watched for maybe 15 years.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
why we
shall
do the
see.
podcast.
That's why you do the podcast. Oh God, not this one. Um, okay, so obviously that all happens. Who have we got left? Kimberly, Claire, and Burke, pretty much, just those three.
Hmm.
So they rush to Isabella's ward where she's given birth, and that's where Kimberly has a vision of a doctor named Kalajaran or something like that,
Yeah.
apparently killing um Isabella. I tell you
Yes.
what, these visions are unhelpful.
They are so unhelpful.
There's Imagine you had a vision of something that was completely inconsequential to the plot. Oh yeah. Something you got no control of at all. Oh, right, okay. But we're going to frame it in a way that makes it look like something else. Oh.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Sounds
assuming,
great.
yeah, the visions aren't anything to do with death. The visions are like Kimberly's fight or flight or some sort of survival thing.
Yeah.
They're just not doing very well at all.
No,
Mugging her
not
off.
at all.
Um, yeah, because she keeps having the vision of like crashing into some water as well, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. And like bloodied hands as well.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't know whose hands they are. But I feel like if you had a
Yeah.
vision and you saw your own hands, you'd recognize them as your own hands.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go, fucking hell, whose hands are these? I feel like I could recognize my weird little tiny hands. um, okay, so they obviously burst in and go, what's bloody going on? There's a little bit of tension because we think that Isabella's baby's in trouble because of like the cords like around the neck and various stuff. But it turns out baby's all right. Baby's born, everything's fine, and we get a collective sigh of relief from everybody. Ah, we've bloody done it. We've cheated death, including Eugene, because we get a bit of a fake out with him, a fake out moment with him in his hospital bed, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
He is the little his little breathing tube like comes loose, and again,
Yeah, and all of that stuff, everything all starts to turn off.
mm,
Like just in
everything's
that room in the doctors, which I'm in the hospital, which I'm sure is
yeah,
what happens in real life. Um,
everything's
yeah,
gone
yeah,
well.
and then it all kind of suddenly starts to come back on, and he gives a little smile and sigh of relief.
Yeah, we think everyone's all right, but even two films into this franchise, we know exactly what this means. A moment of quiet means nothing because bang, things are about to go wrong. Because because Kimberly suddenly decides to have another vision where she sees that Isabella actually was never supposed to die on Route 23. She was fine. She was stood at the side of the road going, "Bloody hell." I'm fuming about this, Alice. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I,
Yeah, no, it is silly that it comes to her at that point. Your mates that are still alive would be very pissed off with you, wouldn't
very
they?
pissed off. It's because she seems to be having visions on demand as well now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because she
yeah.
says something like, "Oh, I just realized Isabella was never supposed to die on Route 23." And they go, think, I have another vision." And she goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, actually, I've just had that vision about me underwater again. Useless.
Yeah.
Useless." Um, yeah, that's embarrassing. I did audibly laugh at that because I remembered. Oh, for God's sake. And then we get, now I remember this moment because this was pretty big when this happened, especially with a character like Clear, who I think like is framed as one of the major characters of the franchise
Mhm.
and kind of gets offed just alongside someone else. It's not like it's her death. It's kind of just it's Eugene's death really, but she just happens to be there to get her
Yeah.
face melted, to get her face
Yeah.
CGI burned.
Yeah. Two in one.
Two in one. So yeah, she goes and we got to get to Eugene. Opens the door, and what's happened is the oxygen leak. The door's closed. The oxygen leak. The thing things have closed on the ceiling as well. And when she walks in, like a plug pulls out the wall,
Yeah,
causing some
something.
sparks.
Hmm.
This is Def's 101. He loves this complicated shit.
He loves this stuff.
He absolutely loves it. And yeah, the basically the ward explodes, and we see Claire just get completely obliterated. She seems all right with it, to be fair. She looks at it like, oh,
Done my time.
it's
I'm
my I've done
ready.
my time. Finally, sweet death arrives. Um, and then we get something that gets redone in Final Destination, isn't it? About Kimberly realizing that she must die clinically and then be resuscitated
Yes.
in order to create the true loophole. Does that happen in Bloodlines or
It
another one?
does, yeah, yeah,
It
because
does,
that's the
doesn't it?
only time you hear about Kimberly again.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that's something that they tried to do in Bloodlines as well.
So in Bloodlines, do we find out that Kimberly's still alive?
Yes,
Yeah, we do.
you
I
do.
know it sounds like I've completely forgotten Bloodlines, but I might. I'm probably due a rewatch by this point.
Yeah, I did a rewatch quite recently, so that's why it's still
Mm,
fresh. So
yeah.
yeah.
So Kimberly, yeah, to the loophole that defeats Death. But again, I do think Death ain't gonna care about this. So essentially, what happens is she drives an ambulance into a lake, and she sees this previous. So her previous vision was seeing herself drive into a lake, and the doctor that revives her, she viewed it earlier than that and misconstrued it as she was the doctor killing Isabella.
Yeah, or she thought that it was Isabella driving into the lake,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I just need like a little bit of context to these visions, maybe a little disclaimer at the start or the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, this is who you're having a vision about. Here's what's
Mm-hmm.
happening. Please try and save this person or make it not happen. Just throwing old visions in there, left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Isabella, she was fine actually. That's a laugh, isn't it? Yeah. Fuck's sake. Um, so yeah, she drives the lake into. She's revived by the doctor, and basically her and Burke are the survivors, the sole survivors. Has there ever been a Final Destination film that's ended on a positive, happy note? Though I don't think there has been, has there?
I don't think there has been, no. Um, yeah, I think this is the only one, I think.
I think it would kind of
Somewhat happy note.
it would well up until the next scene, I guess. But
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah, it loves doing that. It loves dragging you into a false sense of security and then just literally going, oh, actually, all those rules
Actually,
that we
no.
just made, there's always an exception to the rule because Death
Yeah.
says. Um, and then later on, we get Kimberly and Burke having a lovely picnic with the family at the farm
Mm-hmm.
and Kimberly's father as well. still probably reeling from the whips and chains and condoms comment.
Yeah.
She didn't mean that, did she?
Yeah.
She's actually dead now, Dad. Oh yeah, I forget it. Um, and then they tell the story of Brian, their son, being saved from a speeding news van by Rory. So essentially, like again, a connection to another
Hmm.
person who basically should have died because of that. And then we get the classic stare of realization from Kimberly and Burke, realizing what it means. And but you got to keep your eye on the background because Final Destination loves an explosion.
Oh yeah.
And Brian gets killed when the propane grill explodes while he is grilling. Who knows what he's grilling? Doesn't matter
Yeah.
anymore because it's him. He's grilled. What's for dinner? My severed grilled arm. Gonna land just in front of me mum, and she's gonna scream. I mean, it's pretty brutal, right?
Is pretty brutal, yeah. And I always had in my head that this, when it ends, it would go that there would be a song because it was of that era where you would get a song that would just sum up the film that you
Oh
just
yeah.
watched. There would either be a rock song or a rap. And in my head, I was so sure until I watched it, because I think I had a long spate of not watching it from like being a teenager and then being like in my 20s and rewatching it, and I was like, oh yeah, like it has that song at the end where it goes like doo 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 Final Destination, and everyone being like, what?
Is that real? Is that a real thing?
No, not at all. No, no, no,
Oh
no.
my
I just
God.
made that up.
You have had a vision, a helpful vision of a song.
Yeah,
If it
maybe it'll
doesn't,
be in the next one.
yeah. I mean, it's usually like a metalcore song or a new metal song from that era. So like "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" might have been a good one as Severed
Yeah,
Arms were landing. We did
yeah,
Resident Evil Apocalypse a couple of weeks ago, and that ends with Killswitch Engage, which is pretty good. So
yeah.
good, in fact. You know, when a song for the end credits is so good, it almost makes you forget how bad the film is you just watched. Not
True.
putting Final
Yeah, yeah.
Destination 2 in there, but you go, oh fucking hell, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's like the
Killswitch at the
end
end.
of, and this isn't a bad film, but the end of House of Wax,
Oh my God.
just
Yes.
hitting you in the face with my cam.
It's
Oh,
Helena. It's Helena
so
as
good.
well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so again, House of Wax, pretty good. Helena at the
Love
end.
House of Wax.
Helena at the end. Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
it's much. And what makes that great as well is that Mike M famously turned down doing a Twilight song, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
So
Yeah.
clearly they've gone, well, get our song at the end of House of Wax, absolutely.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton,
100%.
yeah. I respect them. Everything that comes out about that band and Gerard in particular, I always go. Respect increased again and again
Mm-hmm.
and again. So yeah.
Definitely.
I can't remember what the song is at the end of this though, is there?
I can't remember either. It's not the one that I made up in my head. There's not
How
even a
does it go
song.
again?
So, do 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 Final Destination.
Final destination.
Yeah.
Killed by some pigeons. Oh shit,
Yeah.
look out for the canoe. Man
Something
with
like
hooks
that.
coming after you.
It writes itself.
It does write itself, but I want a co-writer credit, please.
Yeah,
It
of
writes
course.
itself. Yeah, as I said about that Dead Time Stories, the song, even though it was at the start, not the end, the song pretty much summed up the film. And I feel
Yeah,
like we need that because it's like a recap at the end.
yeah,
You may have
definitely.
enjoyed what you just watched, but let me recap it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. There we go. So that's the end of Final Destination 2. I'm going to ask you two things now, Alice. First of all, I'm going to ask you
Mhm.
to rate the film from A to F, pluses and minuses allowed. Rate good or rate bad. How would you rate Final Destination 2?
So A is the highest.
A plus is the highest.
A plus is the highest. So I'm gonna go A minus
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's 4.5 stars on Letterboxd.
I
So
like
that
it.
feels about right for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
I'll
said,
say
this
that's
is
fair.
my favorite one in the franchise. So I rate it quite highly. I do
Hmm.
love this one. And it was the first one that I saw as well. So I think it will always have
Yeah.
that kind of nostalgia part of it for me
Nostalgia
as well.
connection to it. Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the second question I was going to say, so it is your favorite one, but do you have a definitive ranking of the
Oh,
franchise?
I did.
Hmm.
Because we did the Final Destination like films on the Teen Pod.
Hmm.
Well, we did the first one and we did do a ranking at the end. I'm gonna say two,
Hmm.
3,
Hmm.
1,
Hmm.
6, 5, and 4. I think that's just
Six,
completely off the
five,
top
and
of my
four.
head now.
No, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good. That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Um, so Bloodline's quite low then, really. Well, I guess like
yeah. But I
after
did
the
quite like
original trilogy.
Bloodlines. But then there's
Yeah.
so many other
I think
like
there are
bangers.
I think there are only two that I would really call on the bad end of the scale, which is four and five for me.
Yeah, but I love the ending of 5 and I love how it all kind of rounded
Yeah.
up. I mean, 4 is absolute hot fire trash. Um I think if anyone has 4, if it's anywhere more than like at the bottom,
Yeah.
you need a word with yourself. But
I'd only seen four and five for the first time. Like the last whenever I did the rewatch for Bloodlines, that was the first time I'd
yeah,
seen four and five.
yeah, it's
I
yeah,
tend to
they're
always
not
go
great.
for the first one. Again, I think similar to you, like because it was the first one I saw, like I had it
Yeah,
on VHS and I used to watch it like quite a lot and introduce friends to it as well, and that was the one I liked.
yeah.
I think two for me is a little bit further down the list. Looking at my ranking, I've put Bloodline second,
Okay.
Final Destination 3, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Final Destination 3 in third, and a Final Destination 4 in fourth. But I feel like those two might be interchangeable, two and three for me. I feel like it
Interesting.
depends
Yeah.
which opening sequence kind of gets you the most.
Definitely. I
Um,
mean, 3 is great. And I had a new love. I mean, I've always loved 1,
mm.
but so when I went to see Bloodlines at the cinema, I went to a screening where they showed the first one. It was a double bill. They showed
Oh
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
one and then they showed Bloodlines. And seeing the first one at the cinema, it still looked so good. And I think there was
oh
like an
yeah,
extra level of it being terrifying at the
yeah.
cinema. So I left it being like, oh, actually, no, 1 is got to go a little bit
Mm.
higher in my ranking because, yeah,
I feel like
enough for it.
Devon Sawa. I feel like the whole franchise lacks. I feel like Mary Elizabeth Winstead comes close in terms of the best lead for me, but I think Devon
Mm,
Sawa. There's something about him like this. What can you? How can you describe it? In this film, in particular, just this absolute helplessness
yeah,
is but still not helpless, if that makes sense. He's like so erratic and just like terrified and shocked, and his face is doing so much of the work in terms of this performance, but then still not helpless. Even though he seems like
yeah,
that, he's sort of quite um he manages to sort of navigate the film pretty well. So I love him in that film. Mary Elizabeth Winstead in the third is great. I don't think Kimberly's great in this film. I think there's a lot of again, it's just because of her bloody visions, isn't it? Get your visions in the
yeah,
right
yeah.
order.
Just hate those visions,
Hate
don't
those
you?
visions. So yeah, in terms of my ranking, first Bloodlines, second and third interchangeable, four and five. Um,
Yeah.
in terms of my ranking for this one, I'm gonna go a little bit lower only because love the opening sequence, love some of the iconic deaths. Think it's lacking a certain something. I don't think Kimberly or Clear Rivers kind of do enough as a lead. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. I'd like Eugene as a lead. I feel like he's do you know what I mean? Just like, fuck this, I'm gonna
Yeah,
kill myself. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, shit,
yeah.
fuck's sake. What am I gonna do? Jump out of a window, land on a trampoline, etc., etc.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna go for a B minus, I think.
Okay.
A B minus. Um, but still, it's a great franchise. It's of its time, I think. If you're a
Mm-hmm.
fan of slashers like Scream, and then, the way that horror kind of took a direction in those early 2000s, but I'd say before torture porn stuff, before
Yep.
that was kind of like the main thing, we had big budget stuff like this, which was a really good time. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's good fun.
I
It's good
agree.
fun. But justice for Eugene. And
Yeah,
I was going to say
definitely.
justice for Man with Hooks then, but he did appear somewhat of a bit of a predator. So
Yeah. Yeah. Take
I'm
that back.
I'm pretty sure he survives this film, though, Man with Hooks.
think he does,
Man
yeah.
with
Probably
hooks
a little bit
lives.
traumatized, but
A little bit
that's what you get for
traumatized.
sniffing women's hair in a lift. So,
That's it. I've had enough of these hooks.
yeah,
I'm starting a new life. I'm going on the
brought
straight
me
and
nothing
narrow.
but trouble, these hooks.
Okay, there we have it. That is Final Destination 2. Thank you so much for joining me, Alice. It's been great to have you back on the show. Where can our listeners keep up to speed with everything you're doing in terms of your podcast, in terms of Hungover and Haunted, in terms of film hand writing as well?
You can find me on Instagram at a.boiledeggley.
At
And
a
then
dot
the
boiled eggley.
at a.boiledeggley. And then podcasts, you can find them wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you happen to live in Brighton or the area, come and to a hungover and haunted night
Yeah.
and watch a film with us.
Rocky Horror Picture Show coming up next in July.
Oh yeah, very close to selling
Absolutely.
out, so be careful.
Be careful, indeed. Okay. Alice, you be careful. Make sure there's no Wallace and Gromit style contraptions in your
Oh well, yeah.
in your place of living on your way. It is absolutely roasting, though, isn't it? So if anything's gonna get you, it's gonna
It
be the
is. It will
UK
be the
temperatures
heat
right now.
or all the multiple fans I'm going to have set up.
One of them's gonna short circuit. Sorry, no. I mean,
Yeah,
if you are of the nervous exposition, I'm sorry about disposition. I'm
it's
sorry
fine.
about that.
It's okay.
Thanks again for joining us. Be great to have you back on the show soon. There we
Yes.
go. So thanks to everybody for listening. If you enjoyed the show, become a patron at patreon.com/horror hangout. Thanks to Taj Easton for our theme music. Thanks to Acast for hosting the show. Please consider giving us a rating or review. Head over to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads. We're on all of those platforms. Why not come and tell us what sequel we should do next? Because, as I said, we're a bit lacking on the sequel front. Or horrorhangout.co.uk for everything in one place. Next week, it's July, so we'll be putting out our July lineup very soon. But I can tell you ahead of that, next week we're talking about American Mary. So looking forward to that. Hell yes. Thanks again, Alice, and see you very soon.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.